have been putting too much shit on my YouTube lately, but a friend of mine I was talking to told me that it might be a good idea, you know, to start throwing stuff on there. At least more, you know, more kind of like conversational stuff, because I don't really talk about, like, I really don't talk about my life, you know what I'm saying? I know I've got people who've been following me for the longest, and that's kind of how this started. Was I was telling my friend how I got into making music, you know, professionally and stuff, and he told me that the story was, you know, really inspiring for him, and even days later he kept on bringing it up. So, you know, I'm taking that into consideration, that, you know, everyone thinks like their story is whatever, but, you know, until you tell it to somebody else, you don't know what resonates, you know. And I'm not going to tell the whole story today. I think at some point, maybe next week, I'm probably going to do these videos weekly. Maybe next week I'll get into the story. Excuse me. But I just wanted to start this off, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know where I'm going with this talk here. I just got out of the gym, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to start the week off. Maybe I do them on. Maybe it's a Sunday video just recapping what happened during the week. Maybe that's what I'll do. Oh, God damn, bro. Fucking bikers, bro. Anyway. maybe I'll do something like that. But yeah, I'm hoping for a good week this week, you know what I'm saying? Just put out a single, Stay Here, a couple weeks ago, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of doing some testing, seeing, you know, how it's running and things like that. Kind of doing a different strategy than what I've done in the past, you know, using some different services, trying to get actual streams, you know what I'm saying? Because in the past, to be honest, I wasn't 100% sure where streams were coming from. Just some of the services I was using, some of the people I was working with, wasn't 100% sure. But with this, what I've been doing, I know exactly where the streams are coming from, and it's amazing to see people playing it. And it's been people have been adding it to playlists, which is amazing. People adding that shit to your playlists. But yeah, man. I think it was a good week. I talked to a good amount of friends, you know. It was an interesting week because, you know, a handful of friends who I haven't spoken to in a minute got in touch with me, and it was good reconnecting with them. You know, sometimes I don't know if you guys are like this. I'm not like what's the word? Like, sometimes I can be in my own zone, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily like a loner, but like in my own zone where I don't necessarily have to sync with other people's schedules all the time. I'm perfectly fine doing my own schedule in my own time. And at the same time, I love hooking up with or linking up with the homies and with friends and going to you know, nice gatherings and stuff. If my energy's up, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes certain people, I don't know. I say that to say, you know, it was nice to not even reconnect, because you know, I talk with those few friends, you know, pretty frequently in the course of life. But maybe for the last month and a half, I have been kind of in a zone, working on the single and everything, and it was just nice to, you know, connect with each of them individually. And it was like we all everything kind of synced up. Everyone, I mean, do you ever think about your homies or your friends, and then you hit them up and they're like, oh yeah, I was thinking about you too? It was that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Just real love between friends, you know what I'm saying? I know as grown men, maybe that's weird to even say. I don't know why it's weird to say, but yeah, I think it's an underlooked thing these days, is grown men's friendships, and how grown men become and maintain friends and friendships as life continues, you know what I'm saying? Especially as, like, I don't know, especially as, like, quote unquote an entrepreneur, somebody who's not necessarily, like I said, maybe even on the same type of social schedule as everybody else, and I think I'm not the only person in the world dealing with that. I know, like, A lot of my other friends are kind of in the same boat, you know what I'm saying? But it was nice to connect with the homie, you know what I'm saying? And I said, hit up your homies. Hit them up. Hit them up. But yeah, man, just pulled up at the crib. Not much. I don't know what else to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna start loading these videos up just to load them up on the weekly. Yeah, I hope y'all like the shit that I say. If you don't, I'm just happy to be back creative and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's it for this one. Like I said, I was kind of just coming out the gym and then I remembered, oh, the homie suggested to do this, so maybe I'll do it now, you know what I'm saying? I don't really have like, see, I do have something that just came across my mind. I don't really want to, maybe, okay, all right, let me say this, oh, god dang it. Let me say this before I get off, because it just came across my mind and hard to say, but, and I wasn't going to say anything, but maybe I need to say it. The whole Charlie Kirk situation, it's very prevalent right now, you know. I wasn't gonna say anything, and I'm not doing this. This first video isn't. I don't want to do disservice for this first video. This first video is not at all talk about that. But I can't really cap it off this week without kind of mentioning what had happened kind of last week and leading up to this week. But yeah, my 2 cents on that is just for like, because there are people on the side of, oh, somebody had it coming, you know, you can't say what you've been saying and not expect repercussions. You can't say what you're saying and not feel that it was actually harming somebody and doing harm to somebody else, which I agree completely. But I also think and believe that it's not what happened to him is not an efficient solution for anything. And does it make anybody feel safer to be living here in the United States? I don't think it does. Does it set a precedence of, hey, if you don't like what somebody is saying so much, you have the emotional right to go and do what you want to do? Is that what we want in the United States? I understand people have, you know, sometimes what they have coming, but we as onlookers and on-watchers, what are we egging on, and what are we unknowingly giving a check mark to in the future? Is what I'm saying. Like, can we have a little bit more foresight? You know, everyone's emotional about what's going on right now, but at the end of the day, you don't have to listen to somebody you don't agree with. You don't have to give them the ear. And that's the only reason anybody like that would have a platform, is because the people who don't agree with them continue to give them a platform, trying to quote unquote convince, debate, argue, get your point across, when you know what the game is. That's all I'm gonna say, and that's all. I love y'all. I hope we can all come together in more ways than we have in recent moments. And I just pray everyone stay safe this week. That's all. Your boy, Josh Knight, out. I gotta go home, take a fucking shower, get ready for the week. I'll see ya.